Everything we thought we knew about our place in the cosmos may have just changed. Astrophysicists are now quietly entertaining a terrifying idea. Oumuamua, the strange, fast-moving interstellar object, could be part of a cosmic filter system. One designed not just to observe but to evaluate spacefaring civilizations like ours. Its non-gravitational maneuvers, prime number signals, and refusal to make direct contact suggest something more, like a passive observer. Brian Cox compared it to the quantum observer effect on a civilizational scale. Perhaps by becoming advanced enough to detect it, we triggered a response. And then something worse happened. On April 7, 2025, a ripple passed through Earth, not in the atmosphere or crust, but in its magnetic structure. CERN's magnetometers, designed to precisely monitor the Large Hadron Collider's superconducting fields, detected a 0.72-second magnetic pulse. Not regional. Not solar. Global. Structured. To most, it looked like a blip. But the pulse contained nested harmonics, patterns that didn't match any known terrestrial or cosmic cause. No solar flare. No seismic activity. Something else. And then came the real shock. Voyager 1, currently over 14 billion miles away, registered the same pulse 43 hours later. This shouldn't be possible. Voyager's instruments were never built to detect low-frequency magnetic events. Yet NASA's Deep Space Network received a time-stamped signal perfectly synchronized with Earth's event. Except this wasn't a simple relay. The data packet from Voyager didn't match any known protocol on board. It was as if Voyager had been hijacked, used as a conduit. The spacecraft sent back data it was never programmed to collect, in a format no NASA engineer could explain. And that's when everything went dark. Multiple NASA insiders reported the data was pulled from public systems within hours. Access to the logs vanished. Credentials were revoked. One researcher received a call from Langley: "Do not analyze. Do not replicate." So the question is, who used Voyager? And why now? What if Oumuamua wasn't the cause, but the effect? Voyager 1, now drifting at the boundary of the heliopause, the edge of our solar system, might be the perfect sentinel, an outpost. And something may have used it to respond. Some are now suggesting that Oumuamua is just one node in a distributed surveillance system, a network of probes, quietly stationed around the solar system, lying dormant until triggered. On April 7, something activated that network. An independent Finnish radio astronomy team intercepted and partially decoded the Voyager signal before their feeds were shut down. What they described was chilling. A mathematically elegant structure of prime intervals, logarithmic spirals, and binary wavelets, not a language, but an architectural framework for storing complex data. More disturbingly, the encoding style mirrored quantum error correction methods just emerging in Earth's research labs. Which begs the question, how would anyone, or anything, out there know our deepest mathematical structures, unless they had been listening for a very long time? And if that's true, then we are surrounded. The implications are staggering. If Oumuamua triggered Earth's magnetic pulse and Voyager's impossible response, then there are likely multiple synchronized transmission points, meaning Oumuamua is not alone. The cosmos we thought was quiet may actually be layered with dormant watchers, on comets, moons, asteroids, waiting for a trigger. Not to make contact, but to act. Now, past anomalies are being re-examined. A 1973 Soviet Venus probe detected a magnetic whine. Cassini measured a brief polar inversion at Saturn. Galileo recorded reflectivity shifts on an asteroid mid-flyby. All dismissed. All now suspect. So what changed on April 7? We didn't send a message. No probe was launched. And yet something responded. Which means we're not dealing with reactive intelligence, but predictive. A system that knew when to listen. Brian Cox put it best: we've always assumed discovery would be mutual. But what if we've been seen first? That isn't wonder, it's a reckoning. Since then, NASA has said nothing. No updates. No explanations. Telescope interference spiked. Independent researchers saw data distortions, positional anomalies, and lens degradation while tracking Oumuamua. Then came the leak. Its new flight path was marked, classified. That's unusual. Even defense satellites have publicly logged orbits. Not this. The object has since entered a stationary position above Earth's magnetic equator, an orbit no natural body should maintain. Ground sensors in Brazil, Ghana, and Indonesia have picked up vertical pressure anomalies below it. Atmospheric distortions. As if something were descending and returning in timed intervals. Still, no official word. So we're left with two versions of reality. The public one, where nothing unusual happened, and the real one, where a non-human object is stationed above Earth after sending a mathematically encrypted message through Voyager. And no one's talking. We don't even know what kind of threat we're facing. Is it passive? Is it a test? A judgment? Cox recently speculated that simply becoming aware of the object might have triggered it, like a quantum tripwire. Something built it. Something placed it. And something is now watching. There are no models. No updates. Just a pause. A silence. A waiting. And maybe, just maybe, that silence has ended. Because if this isn't the beginning, maybe it's the verdict.